Hey everyone. So last time we talked, we discussed how I personally overcame anxiety and depression and how I approached it in the past versus how I approach it now, some lessons I've learned along the way. And I think it ties to letting things go, which is something I want to discuss with you today because I think it took me not letting things go, took my anxiety and depression to a whole different level. So in the past, when I was a child, right, I had like someone in my life who I really looked up to. They were much older than me. And me being a kid, I didn't fully comprehend, life, that life happens. And that person at that time didn't know how to handle that, and as a result of that, they didn't know how to handle themselves around me. So it hurt me, like, a lot. And eventually I grew into someone who held on to grudges. I used to be, like, I didn't have good feelings or associations to this person at all, okay? Moving forward from that point on. But now that I'm older, right? And life has happened to me too, okay? I'm in a weird place because although I'm younger than they were at the time that, that person was still in my life, I've outgrown them. And it's strange because from this perspective, I can see what was causing this person to behave the way they did. And some of the things that they were going through happened to be some of the things that I went through. Except I actually overcame them while this person was stuck in them. So yeah, it brings a whole new perspective because not only did you outgrow them, but all of a sudden, like, all those years of holding resentment, bitterness, just being angry at that person melts away because now you're coming from a place where you totally understand what they were going through. But you also understand that although they were already hurting at that moment, I can only imagine how much more they were hurting inside from the way they were behaving around me. And the thing is, it took me a while to realize that, but it didn't happen until after this person, well, they're no longer with us. So yeah, I think on top of that too, when I was younger, honestly, I didn't really process this stuff the way I should. Actually, when I was younger, I didn't process a lot of things the way I should have. I hurt people too along the way, not having talked to someone about the things I was going through, the hurt and the pain, the anger, the anxiety and depression, just manifested in me just being not so good of a friend, not so good of a person, literally hurting people. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad that that's in the past. And yeah, it totally brings, again, a whole new perspective because, like, all the things I'm hearing going on in the world right now, people being angry, people holding resentment, people being bitter, upset. I understand because I came from that place. And another point too that I wanted to add, and this was before I, eventually outgrew this person. I saw the addictions that they were dealing with, and I had some similar things going on in my life, so therefore I ended up with similar addictions to that. And then that just resulted in drinking, and at that time when I was younger, just numbing things, quick fixes. But anyone who survived it, can tell you that just doesn't do anything. It doesn't even help you address the problem, the root cause, right? It's just running away, but to what point, because you can only run so far before, you get tired of that too. So yeah, that also contributed to me having just stuff going on with my health. And I don't know if I've posted that video of me talking about, I still hesitate to call it a near-death experience, but that yeah, it all ties together,